Well, good morning, beautiful. I hope that you are well rested and ready to begin your day. It's your daily insight on life and love. So, wherever you're catching this in time, since it's timeless, it might have a message for you, might have a theme that's going on with your life. It's general collective, so do not force this to fit if it does not fit your life. But in the same breath, if you're coming across this and you're being pulled to read this, stick around and see what's up. This might have something at the beginning, the middle, the end, or even in the mini read. So if you're being pulled to anything, check out what the timestamps are or sit through the entire thing. We're kicking this off with Rider Waite, and I really need you to understand not to be afraid of the cards that come out, because some look scary and they're not scary. Some look great, but depending on how they fall, it might actually indicate a challenge in your life. So, learning from some sort of disharmony in your life, this reading does look like it's going to be about personal relationships. Maybe it's about some sort of a breakup. Maybe it's learning from a breakup. Maybe it's seeing how dependent you were on something that was so out of harmony with you. We have the Ace of Cups. I see a love offer that's coming in that's going to change things really fast. New love beginning does seem to be occurring in this. Okay, I feel like I need to also give a disclaimer that this is about soul bonded relationships. This one, because I'm seeing the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, I'm going to go with whatever this is. It's a really important relationship in your life. Not all of them are going to be romantic. Do not force it to be romantic. Don't chase something that continuously eludes you, because that is a dead door that you do not need to be knocking on. It's not going to be answered. You are being pulled in a new direction, but I do see how you had been dependent on dysfunctional relationships in the past, and you finally learned your lesson from seeing what you had seen in those particular situations, and you are moving forward from it. So this is how we're kicking off the reading. If you're catching this anytime outside of the retrograde, I'm reading this during the retrograde, so this is something that is going on with it, which is kind of funny. God. All right, so tell me more about the Eight of Wands. You are going to require some sort of recovery from this, some sort of rest, recalibration in your life. I do see that you are getting over the dependency of this connection. I really see a lot of things being learned to let go, whether it's physically let go of somebody or something, or emotionally. That is completely up to you. But this is something that you have to involve the heart with the choice, because regardless of what seems perfect on paper or something that you try and push through in your life, your heart is always going to lead the way in it. Here's the disclaimer, as I give in any sort of particular, any relationship reading. If the connection, regardless of the dynamic, is in any way, shape, or form abusive, I would never tell you to stay in it. So that being said, if there's an inkling of that, remove yourself from the situation. If the abuse crap wants to work itself out, great. Congratulations for them. You don't need to involve yourself in being that rescuer. That is not your title in this person's life. You are not in control of that. That is their responsibility. I know, huge disclaimer, but you know what? I'm not going to encourage anybody to ever stay in some sort of crap show like that. No, it's not going to be a thing. All right, so I do see that you are getting over the dependency of this connection. This could be a parental figure. This could be a peer. It could be a colleague. It could be some sort of very intimate relationship in your life. I do see that you have gone through an ascension, and I do see that you are making a commitment to something, and I do see that you have the Empress in front of you. Now, you are going through a new beginning, but it doesn't mean that you are ready to offer something right now as far as action goes. This is something that is taking a lot of self-preservation in your life. I see the ending ended. The ending is ended. Now you're in a waiting period of recovery. You have to figure some things out about yourself. So if you're starting a new job, if you're starting a new relationship, if you're starting a new phase of your life, this is definitely a new phase of life, regardless of what section this is. And you have to really honor the fact that you have to rest before you step into this, because you are almost defragmenting. If you were a computer, this would be defragmenting from this closure in your life. I do see it does seem like a form of commitment with some sort of Empress energy, very creative. If this is career, I do see that you are committed to the career and it's incredibly creative, and this is where you are thriving. And I do show that you are instilling some sort of leadership. The best leaders always have people who want to follow them. They are somebody who listens to who they are leading, who are taught by who they're leading. They leave the people that they are leading with a feeling of more. So you have some sort of crazy desirable trait in this, if this is you in your career. Now, if this is you in relationship, then oh my God, something about this connection is divinely sparking some sort of creative passion. And whatever it is, creativity is next to the divine. It opens up your intuition, your channel. And I do see that this is going right along with some sort of an awakening. I love this. Can't get enough of it. You're ascended, and I'm sure that you've been having some really wonky sleep that's going on, whether you have been basically in a coma or you've been exhausted, can't sleep, tired, can't sleep. Not going to be a thing. And I have been seeing over the networks that people are talking about feeling off, having not necessarily allergies. It's definitely not some sort of pandemic feeling that they are feeling. I was just trying to stray away from saying the word COVID, but apparently that's gonna just not be a thing. So it's not COVID, it's not the flu, but there's some sort of feeling of being off, almost like it's any of those things, but it's not them. Yeah, you're experiencing some sort of purging and ascension symptoms. And I know how wonky that sounds, but it's been a collective thing that I have seen, I've experienced, and I have talked to much with a lot of the people in the collective about it. So listen, you're getting over this dependency. You're not ready to make any movement forward because you have to recover, and you are using a lot, and I do mean a lot of self-preservation in this. Hold on one second. Yeah. What's up, sweetie McGeezer?
Mom, look how much scores I got from Undertale.
You're gonna see Mikey.
From Funky Friday.
So say hi to everybody on camera. We're not live. I'm recording for tomorrow.
Hi, look.
Wow, that's a big number, sweetie.
It's backwards.
You're my schmoopsie. I love you. Mwah. All right.
It's backwards, Mom.
It's okay. They'll be able to see it. All right. I love you.
It's 70,000, right?
It's 703,000 and change, whatever it was.
It's not a million, right?
No, not yet. It's close to 1 million. All right. Close the door behind you, sweetheart.
300K more, right?
Yes. Actually, less than that. I love you.
Love you.
Love you to the moon and back. Love you. My schmoopsie. You guys know Mikey. Richie, he couldn't care less if he came in here. He'd be like, all right. So, a lot of self-preservation is what we're looking at. Why did I shuffle these back in? Oh, man, I want to take the picture after. All right, so the base of this celebration, in all forms, we are going to see some form of celebration that you are being led to, which, awesome. If this is a relationship, like a love relationship, this is what you want. This is, if you're in the spiritual community, now, soulmate twin flame. Twin flame has been overworked as far as verbiage goes so much. Like, everybody is tired of it. Yes, great, grand, wonderful. I'm not even going to use that right now. This is just a soul bonded connection. We're going to use that base because I'm so sick of the twin flame words. So sick of it. Can't stand it. All right, but what I'm seeing here is whatever the soul bonded connection is, it is leading to some form of a celebration. You can look at commitment. For some of you, this will include marriage. Some of you, for some of you, definitely the marriage ones, I would think, it's going to lead to like moving in. There's definitely movement involved. But if this is career driven, you're at the top of your game, baby. In any life direction, yes, I'm saying that you are really heading towards the top of your game. And I think that that's beautiful. So I'm going to take this out and we're going to look in more on what's on this. Okay, so what do you need to be mindful of? What do you need to look out for? If just thinking about what we were looking at before, the main thing that I would say is don't rush. Don't. There's no point in it. All right. What to look out for? Yeah. What to be mindful of? Spiritually bypassing all of this. Like, oh, right. So I'm free. I'm free at last. Free at last. Yeah. Calm down there, champ. We are not trying to rush. You have to process this. You do. Can you please stop rushing yourself? You are using the Queen of Wands as a way to overlook everything you just experienced. Knowledge and experience are two very different things. You have to experience the healing in this and get a real sense of yourself, so you do not get caught in the constant chasing the horizon of something new. You have to completely let go of this. So it's not something that you are using the comparison as a red flag and calling it self-protection. And I do see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel with this. There is so much action in this reading. This is about relationships and action and getting towards some sort of beautiful outcome for you. So I want some advice on what you should be doing aside from the rest, because, well, I have a feeling like that's going to be constantly on your case. All right, how does this one show up? Healing? Yeah, I figured as much. Healing, moving. Some of you, again, might be actually experiencing some sort of a physical move into calmer waters. Look at these ripples right here. Look at where they're going. And I do feel like you need to get over some sort of feeling of, running in your life. You're not running. You're not dodging. You're not shameful. You, honestly, there was no other way that this could have gone. You got to be kinder to yourself in this. The choice, you had so many choices in the past and all funneled into this. I know that it doesn't seem like it right now, but down the road, as you've probably heard before, you're going to be able to look back at the situation and be like, well, that was beautiful. In hindsight, we have to look at things in hindsight. We don't live our lives in hindsight. If we did, we would probably run into a wall. All right, I want more on this. I don't know if you can hear the neighbors down the mountain or hill. It's a really big hill. It's kind of like a mountain. Can hear them yelling, doing that thing. You get the heck back on your throne. Be authentic. Be completely truthful. There's nothing that needs to be hidden in your life. I want you to be loud. I want you to be boastful. I want you to really let yourself shine in the complete utter truth that is you. And let's see. If you try and hide any part of yourself, it will be a breaking point. It will keep you from being able to move on, because you'll always feel like there's some sort of skeleton in your closet that you need to tiptoe around. You're afraid of some sort of exposure. Take the guesswork away from it so that you are not a prisoner of past choices and circumstances. So let's see what else I need to know. Courage. I always go towards the lion and the Wizard of Oz. Courage. Why am I like this? All right, beautiful. What else do you need to know? It's going to take courage, and you are leaving something behind in your life. You're leaving a situation in your life, and you are, God, seeking this new life. I do see that you are going into a new life. This is gracefully aging. This is welcome to the rest of your life. You are, I do feel like you have changed now, some of you, because I talk to so many people all over this world. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is stepping into a new life in some way, shape, or form. Some of you have had this complete overhaul in career, and I couldn't be more proud of you because it took some audacity for you to be completely honest with yourself and make these risky changes in your life. And for some of you, I've seen a move where you have gone from one other side to the country to the other on a whim, and you want to know what? That was a huge risk. Some of you are leaving unpleasant family situations that are not going to change. Some of you are leaving unhealthy relationship patterns and relationships that aren't going to change. So many of you are stepping into this new truth of yourself because there's no denying yourself and how much you've changed from the past, and it's all funneled down to this. So if you are having some sort of internal struggle of maybe, what should I do? Know that there is no other choice for this to be done. The changes that you are making, you have to own that decision. Now, the decision that you make, there is no wrong one, but you have to let your heart lead it. Not your guilt, not your logic, not your feeling of owing somebody something. The only thing that you owe is your life to yourself. And you are breaking a lot of cycles by doing these decisions that you have to make, and you will be happy. But if you leave the choice up to somebody else, you take that power of choice away from you, and that's going to result in another lesson that needs to be learned that you don't need to learn because you've already gotten to this part and you've already learned it. So there. We got to get rid of this old paradigm. And I do see that you will be healing from the past, and that, let's see, changing your mind. Be true to you, and realizations and epiphanies. I really do love this. I do see that the realizations and epiphanies are about, you know, that movie from like 1990, 1991, or was it 92? The movie Singles. Remember when, if you haven't, just YouTube it, this character is sitting up and she's like pining for this person who she's in a toxic relationship with, or in a one-sided relationship where this person's really reserved, and she's like, I don't have to be here, and she gets the heck out. So this, I'm seeing that what's going on in here is realizing how the situation, how yourself, and how the other people involved have changed. And you're changing your mind. And it's like this feeling of just, wow, this is really it, isn't it? I'm good. How much have you changed? You have to be completely honest, truthful, and authentic with the difference that is you. And you have to get away from the consistency of that so that you can be true to you. You are healing from the past, but you actually have to acknowledge that the past is closed and that there is no going back. All right. I want to keep these out, but where do I want to go now? Tarot Illuminati. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you through these. If you have questions about booking a session, because your individual storyline is always going to be more detailed, in depth, and intense, go ahead and reach out an email address or DM me on a social platform. It's easy to find me. All right. Let's see. Princess of Cups. If you follow the advice of this, the likely result is the Princess of Cups. So this is a new beginning in some sort of emotionally fulfilling either relationship or life situation. And I do feel like this is a beautiful offering that is coming your way that is restoring some sort of balance in your life. I do feel like there's already a lot on your plate, but this is balance and finding equilibrium for you. And let's see, we have the Six of Pentacles. So gifts are being given to you. I do feel like you are feeding both healing and your solar plexus. So that's dealing with your nerves. I do feel like you're entering a calmer phase of your life, which is very healing. Then we have the 10 of Cups, Judgment, and the 8 of Wands. So this is Spirit giving you a gift. And this is going to be something where communication and happenings with it are going to be happening very, very fast. But this has to be something that's given to you. You have to make the choice. You have to fulfill it. You have to do the healing and let this come towards you as you are doing your healing process. And this is Spirit's gift to you. You have a lot of introspection that you need to do in this situation. And let's see, closing cards on this result. What does the viewer need to know? Come on, out with it. Whew. Come on. Why is this happening? Give me a card. Any card. Give me a good card, actually. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Earth and fire. So this might be time frames. This might be personality traits, but it is freedom, and it's also dealing with the home. So this is, if we're dealing with earth, it's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. If we're dealing with fire, it's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This might be time frame. It might be people and personality traits. But also it's very grounded, nurturing, feminine energy, and it is very forceful and momentum, authoritative, masculine energy coming forward. And this seems to be an unbreakable pair and unification within yourself, mirroring on the outside as life always is. So I do feel like you are finding your balance and your power, and the world is going to magnify that and give it to you in gifts. Now, this might be in soul bonded relationships. This could also be in this new path, which I see a lot of power moving forward. With great power comes great responsibility, but I am seeing that there is a huge sense of freedom and change, and I do see that life is giving you a ton of gifts. You are on the receiving end and in the receptive state of gifts. So let me see one more card. New beginning, time for action. Let this happen. It doesn't need to be stressful. Step away from the stress. And this is also about you reading the fine print on everything and watching everything like a hawk, seeing what you would have normally overlooked before, and the fruits of your labor paying off. It's stress, but it's good stress, and see it as a journey rather than something that is happening to you or at you. This is for you and for your road. All right, you want to go rock the day, make this yours. I will talk to you all soon. Until then, stay safe, have fun, know that you are greatly loved and appreciated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, love. If you're catching this, this might be a spirit message for you. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Do not be afraid of what comes out or how it lays. It's how the story comes together as a whole. So let's see what's up. What does this deck need you to know if you've come across this? You got your work cut out for you, but that's okay. This is what you want. This is a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. Woo. Okay. Actions are being met with, it's driven by passion, compassionate love in this one. I think that you're getting over your nerves. This has been a long time coming in your situation. And I also see that there's this feeling that you're overcoming something. There is a sense of victory. Now, whatever this is involving, know that the road ahead of you, it's necessary that you plug in this hard work. The ball's already been rolling on this. This is not a new beginning. This is a continuation of your efforts. So congratulations, you got this. Hey, beautiful. If you're catching this, this might be a spirit message for you. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind, but don't force it to fit. If this does not resonate, let it go. Not a big deal. This is a collective reading. What do you need to know right now? Not with all those cards. No, oh God, knock it off. So many messages actually really want to come out right now. Big messages. So, okay, this is happening rather fast. Okay, this came out in the last reading. I want one more. Yeah. No. It's really time to plug in the work on this, because what is happening in your life, it seems to be coming at you rather fast. So how about we, the easiest way through this is to be completely open and honest about it, and I want another card. 1 second. We're getting out of the Hangman position. We're seeing where our actions and words have not met up in the past. This is going to be a two-parter. You know, maybe I should have kept all those cards out, but you want to know what? Spirit, I didn't want to read a novel. It wasn't going to happen. But look, here I am now, still reading a novel. It's going to happen. Snarky punks, I swear to God. Not you, Spirit. All right, so I know that you're afraid of the inadequacies moving forward that you might harbor, but that's not the case. What I'm seeing here is a lot of momentum and push through on your part. I do see that you're incredibly driven. There's a lot of fire energy around this. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That might be a time frame or a personality trait. But I do see collaborations and lessons learned coming in. So wait a minute. No. This is about you learning some incredible lessons in life which give you that sense of victory. Don't look at what happened in the past as failure or what is occurring now as failure. This is hard work, but you got this. Well. This might be a spirit message for you. If you're coming across this, message in a bottle. Spirit's getting right in your face. Pay attention to the world around you. The unfinished symphony. Let's see. You're not going to get the ending that you want. That's fine. Start where you are right now. Listen, it's time for you to start cleaning up whatever the situation is in your life. It's a puzzle. It really is a puzzle because you have to sit there and really think about your current situation. You're not going to have all your answers answered in this. Why? Because you're knocking on doors that aren't actually doors. There's nothing behind them. You're not going to get the results that you want. Let's see. All right. Instead of beating this to death, why don't you rest and let this come to you? If you're catching this, this might be a spirit message for you. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Let's see what this deck wants to tell you. Sentimental feelings, decisions, family changes, and moving. Memories. All right. Your living situation is going through a grand change, and I don't want you to dwell on anything in the past. I don't want you to hold on to a fixed idea of this situation. You have some really important decisions to make for your future, and it seems like your heart, rather than logic, needs to lead the way with this, which I think is probably going to be something new for you. Being as logical and as pushy as you can be, let your heart lead the way. Alrighty, you. If you're catching this, this might be a spirit message for you. It might be. I don't know. Listen with an open heart, an open mind, as I say in every video. Get some rest. Look at the situation clearly. It's going to take some time for you to clear your head. And look, you need some support in this movement forward. You're moving on. You're moving on from the past. You're letting go of the past. This might be a physical, emotional, or mental letting go. It could be a cluster of all three. However, it does seem like it's changing your environment that's going to be necessary. How are you feeding yourself? What are you absorbing into your psyche, your emotional? What is the moral fiber behind this? And this is also saying kind of can't kid yourself anymore. I do see the beauty and the evolution of you in this. I want a love card. So think of a loved one in your head. This might be romantic. It might not be romantic. But let's see what card comes out and what this connection needs you to know. So don't overthink it. Follow your heart on this. What do you need to know? Come on now with it, Spirit. I only have a minute here. What are you doing? Give me something. I almost broke a card right now. Good God. If nothing comes out in the next moment, okay. Receive love with appreciation. Yeah, you're on the receiving end. Then we have ask for help. Now, let's see. What do you really need? And the heart of the matter. You need help and courage to follow your path in the heart of the matter of the situation with this particular person in your life. So this is saying be open to the signs and synchronicities and the help that is coming your way. Let this love come towards you because you've done the work behind this. You've done the emotional growth and you are ready to receive it. Now it's time for you to be open. Be open. Be receptive. Allow yourself to be happy.